Turn 16. Even though it is getting to be late at night here, there's no way I can go to bed without seeing what happens on this turn. Just one more turn, and that is very much a feature of this game, is it just hooks you into one more turn, one more turn. We are moving into the night turn, which is unique. It's pretty interesting, and I'm happy that Admiral Shibasaki has been killed 3 times in this game because that's gonna help a lot. There are some changes here. The first thing we do is we set out our units that we have coming on turn 17. Most of them will be waiting, not being transported, most of them. And then we skip the first event phase. Then we have the Japanese fire phase. If Shibasaki were still alive, we would have 2, which is what I've been doing in all my other games. So this is the first game that we're only going to have 1, which is just really excellent, especially considering this little change. There's a pro and a con that really simulates the night aspect of this, and that is Japanese units only fire adjacent. Now, I guess I apologize, I didn't even remove all these. They only fire at units adjacent to themselves. So, for example, these guys right here don't have to worry about being in this guy's field of fire because they're not adjacent to him. So that's the good news. The bad news is routes of communication are only traced. Units only control the hexes they're in. They don't control hexes around them anymore. Okay. I'm not sure if I can find an example, but you get the idea. We only control the hexes we're in. We can't stop communication through any other means. All right. Then we skip the second event phase, so no event phases this turn. We also skip the engineer and HQ phase, which is not fun. We may only move 1 space this turn. And HQs and command posts have a range of 0. So first of all, we don't advance these. Normally they get to advance in the HQ phase. And HQs aren't paying out free actions like they normally do. And then at the end of the turn, the really bad news is that some of these units are going to come back into here and be eligible to come back into the game. So all those times earlier in the game when you're shooting units, not going into close combat, which is really deadly, you're just shooting them and you're removing them from the board. That's the short-term benefit. The long-term penalty is you didn't eliminate them completely, so they're going to be coming back into the game. Okay. All right. First and only fire card. We've got an I. Oh God, we've got an R. I did not want to see an R this turn. Although it's blue, and they already hurt us with the blue. Okay. Oh God. Well, at least it wasn't a green eye. I mean, it occurs to me that moving this unit over here, I know I was really desperate last turn to try to get as many firepower factors over here. But opening that on the overnight turn is probably a bad move. So don't do that in your game. Okay? Do as I say, not as I do. That was probably bad. All right, double reds. Double reds with nobody in his field of fire won't do anything. These guys are okay. So these guys do nothing. Place a reserve unit if not in Japanese communication. Well, he's in communication, so he gets nothing. He gets nothing and likes it. Okay, we've got this red here that we disrupted, fortunately. Empty coastals will infiltrate if they're not in reserve in communication, so those are in communication. This is a single red over here. And I don't know, nothing, these guys are in communication, so much better than a red R, I think. Oh, and another thing is a unit instructed to do artillery fire will not fire artillery because it's night. So I believe that also means there's no artillery, none of this, because it's night, so they can't see. So I don't think we have to deal with that. And also, just for note, any M actions would be ignored. So an M coming out now would have been great because it would have been a waste of an action. So we seem to have survived the eye. All right, single blue wants to redeploy, reinforce, whatever. Coastal R, he wants to redeploy. So I think he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to fire. Oh, and that's going to knock them down an artillery. So it's at that point in the game where they realize there's no point doing artillery. Oh, but he fires, but he's only firing adjacent. Okay, so we don't even have to worry about that because it's night. So he does move and fires, but it's adjacent. So that was that single blue. This empty blue is 3 away, so that doesn't do anything. This empty blue is too far away. This blue, I guess he fires because he does have someone in his... Oh, and he's going to resupply. Ah, crap. And he's going to fire, but the good news is he's only firing adjacent. But the bad news is he's stocking up for a future turn. Okay. Oh, God, this guy again. Oh, that's right. I was thinking I didn't want a blue to come out. Oh, God. So he gets 2 shots. Son of a bitch. He's going to hit this guy. He's going to disrupt him. I don't know what I'm doing here. And then he's going to hit this guy. And he's going to disrupt him too. And he's going to resupply, so he's going to get some depth. Oh boy, I think I might have... Oh my God, there's no way in hell we're going to be able to get double the firepower on this. Oh my God. I think blue was the last color I wanted to see come out. And, you know, it had come out once to put it there, then it came out again to fire, then it came out again. So it came out 3 times in a row. And I think I was thinking, all right, it came out twice in a row. I'm going to put these guys around here. We won't get another blue one. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, R does nothing. Who's empty? Here's a blue coastal. I think he wants to redeploy 1, 2, 3, so he's going to get a little closer. So you can see how deadly this turn is if Shibasaki's still alive, and then you're going to do another card after this. So we're getting off light, I think. I think I'm going to just jump in. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I am officially vexed. All right, double green with a tank symbol, so at least I don't have to worry about any special actions. Are there any double greens who are eligible to shoot? I don't think there are. Brown, brown, you're red. There's no double light greens. And we're not doing artillery because it's night. And we're skipping this, and we're skipping this, and we go right into our action phase. Son of a... All right, we get 5 support markers. I think we have to use 2 of them to burn off these disruptions, I think. I don't know, let me think about this. And before I think, let me remember to remove... Guess what? Guess who comes off again? Red comes off again. Oh, and this yellow does not come off over here. All right, here's what I'm thinking. We're going to keep playing this game of tennis where we try to break each other's serve. So we disrupt them, they keep removing it. I keep setting up for an attack on blue, blue keeps attacking. We're going to do it again. So these guys are going to combine fire. And we're going to redisrupt them. Okay. Over here, this might be crazy, but I'm going to send some units in. I burned off the disruption markers with 2 support markers, and I'm going to send 3 units in. Oh, is this dumb? Is this emotional? I don't think we can take a shot on them. Now I'm thinking it's a bad idea, so I think we're going to let these guys stay disrupted. I'm going to just have to trust that a 4th blue card does not come out in a row next turn. So I'm going to take 2 support markers back. Okay. Alright, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here because, oh no, there is no, oh, what am I doing? We don't get support markers. There's no, there's none of that. There's none of that. There's no engineer in HQ phase. Silly me. Silly me. Okay, you know what I think we're just going to do? We're just going to take the low-hanging fruit, and we're going to flank fire on this guy. 12, 19 factors. We need a radio. We have a radio. We are flanking. They're not even doubled. So not worried about these guys. We need a flamethrower. Oh, son of a... Wait a minute, I think we can do optional attrition if we want, right? So we don't have the weapons. Yeah, Japanese disrupted and optional attrition. No, I'm not going to attrit. I'm going to just wait till next turn because they're disrupted. Okay. So, now we have to do this bit of business. You take all the elite guys. All right. 6, 7, rounded down, fortunately. Okay. What am I doing here? Okay. And you take half rounded down. So of these 7, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There aren't many here. It's because a lot of them are already in there. Shake this up. All right. Of 7, I'm going to pick 3 of them. Unfortunately, I'm very good at telling what's face up and face down just with my fingers. All right, and then these. All right, that is the reserve box for the rest of the game. Now, turn 17 that we're about to move into, units will be permanently eliminated instead of going to the eliminated units box. That was a quick turn. It wasn't great, but I guess it wasn't horrible. So I should be happy with that. So let's go right into turn 17. Let me adjust the camera, hang on.